Welcome, class of 75, to your 50th anniversary. We're very happy to have you with us, and we are pleased to celebrate this momentous occasion with you. Thank you for continuing to be such an important part of our DeMatha life, and for all that you continue to do to make DeMatha a wonderful school. Go Stags!
Hey, I'm Harold Bub Rohrback, class of 75, and one of my funniest memories is of the golf coach, Ray Smith. Smitty was just a great guy, but he knew he had a bunch of screw-ups on the golf team, and he would look out and he'd see carrying our golf bag, and there'd be water dripping from the bottom of the inside of the golf bag. He knew what was inside of it, and you could hear him across the golf course, and he'd yell, "Rohrback!"
A nice evening. My name is Tom Moore, class of 1975, DeMatha, and
I'm Bill Redding. I guess I'm 75, class 2.
so
Well, for me personally, DeMatha was very challenging. I'm not going to say that, lie about that, but I made it through. It was probably the greatest experience of my life at that time, and it did help me out for the future. And I really do I respect DeMatha.
I had lots of fun while I was here, and they were all about business, and we had some of the greats, like Morgan Wooten was my homeroom teacher and my history teacher, and that was an experience. I still talk about him today with people that I know from outside DeMatha that also know him. So that's been a long, ongoing thing. Taking a trip to Italy when we were here as part of the band. You were in the band, I was in the band. That was the big thing here. And it's hard to believe that's 50 years ago now.
50 years.
Seems like yesterday. We had a blast. It's good to see some of the classmates from that time. Believe it or not, some people are easily recognizable. So,
John Vito, class of 75, DeMatha. Went to school up the road here at St. Jerome's. Best thing about DeMatha is what's behind me. Okay? Lifelong friendships, Okay, and then Bill Redding's got a photobomb me. But having said that, I miss everybody, but we all stay together. We're a community, we're a brotherhood. And if you're ever in Boise, Idaho, look me up. Thanks, Jordan.
I'm Ray Burke, Georgetown Vitalis. So we're both into music. One of our favorite teachers, we had many, John Mitchell. 1973, he took a carload of us to see Frank Zappa in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and it changed our lives.
Turned us all on to Frank Zappa.
It turned a lot of people out.
And it totally changed what you thought about music. And of course, we thought he was so cool because he did that. I want to say something about Joe Carroll. He had us paraphrase Aqualung by Jethro Tull. And I'm like, this is so cool.
Yeah, we're doing this in school. This was school.
Yeah. And I also want to thank Joe Carroll for whipping my butt and making me sit right in front of him and learn how to take notes.
Okay, I don't know. My name's Doug Shafali. I don't know that I have one favorite DeMatha memory. I have many, many favorite DeMatha memories. But the reason I stayed here so long, 49 years, was because of the people. I really enjoyed the students and their work ethic and their values, and my colleagues, and had a wonderful career here.
Hi, my name is James Bean, class of 75. I am so excited to be here. What a great group of guys. I thought these guys would look a lot older. I don't see any wheelchairs, no walkers, so we are very happy to be here. DeMatha was one of the greatest experiences of my life. I grew up here, I lived right down the street, and it was the best experience a young man could ever have. So I would highly recommend it. I live in San Diego now. I always invite our old boys to come out and visit. But there is nothing like a DeMatha graduate, and the bond is better than any bond in the world. So thank you, DeMatha. I really appreciate it, and one DeMatha.
I'm Pat Nucci, class of 75, and one of my fond memories is when Father Mike would build his electric chairs from Model T parts. And he would have it sit in front of the class as, you know, the electric chair if you misbehave, and I got the chair one day. Thank you.
Okay, Wayne Cotton, 1974, 75, soccer, WCAC, WMISL soccer champs. 2 championships senior year. That's it.
My name is Kirk Price, class of 75. I had a lot of great memories at DeMatha. Father Damien was Brother Damien teaching biology. You know, a lot of great teachers. Father Mike, our favorite of all time, always entertained us and taught a great class. A lot of great classmates, a lot of camaraderie.
Hey, I'm Charlie Havicost, class of 1975 here at DeMatha.
And I'm Ralph Jones from the same class, 1975.
But Ralph and I have known each other since first grade. And we went to St. Hugh's together for 8 years at St. Hugh's.
In Greenbelt, Maryland.
In Greenbelt, Maryland, yeah. And our 3rd grade teacher was Sister Melissa.
I can't forget Sister Melissa.
Oh my gosh.
She was quite a fanatic.
Yeah, she was a believer in corporal punishment, and so that was
yes, and we couldn't wait to get out of her class.
Yeah, but here at DeMatha, I was outside and I remembered we had a snowball fight one year. We arrived at school and it started to snow, and we went out at lunchtime and had a big snowball fight at the end of the building there, where it's kind of like there's a little bit of an overpass kind of thing, and we were all out there going crazy on a big snowball fight. Super fun. Super fun.
A lot of my involvement at DeMatha, I was part of the DeMatha swim team. I was actually given credit for starting the swim team because the year before they turned in the paperwork late, so they wouldn't let them do it. I just took the same paperwork and turned it in on time. And speaking of cold, I do remember one year we needed a picture for the yearbook, and so we were out at the pool behind the monastery. It was about 32 degrees in our bathing suits to get a picture taken.
Wow, that is dedication right there.
What's up, bros? Hey, what an amazing day. So I brought my wife into town. She's never seen this, you know. We've been married 25 years, whatever, 22 years. I better remember that. And she's a convert. And what I noticed about here and around, seeing Father Albert, going to my home of St. Jerome's School, went into the confessional. You know, you had to slide that thing, and you got all nervous about what was getting ready to happen. And we lit a couple candles, prayed in front of the Holy Sacrament, and just being in St. Jerome's Church was amazing. And to think that we used to walk down there. I think DeMatha was just a great foundation for all of our faith. I know we remember what happened and what the priest did for us, the brothers. Just amazing brotherhood around here. In Hyattsville, you know, we were raised here. We were talking about all the Hyattsville memories around, just a great bunch of folks, and it's just so great to be back and see all these folks and how successful everybody's. Beautiful people. God bless you.
Anniversary class of 75. I'm Danny Moore. One of my favorite memories of my time here was our sophomore year with Mr. Carroll in English class. And so he lights a pipe. Believe it or not, they smoked pipes in class back then. So Mr. Carroll lights the pipe and he throws the match in the trash can, and then he goes to the chalkboard and he starts writing. And we're all sitting there, we're watching this trash can, metal trash can, start to smolder, and nobody says a word. We're just watching it. And he's just going on writing and talking about whatever we were talking about. And it finally turned into flames. And so Mr. Carroll's like the chillest guy that I've ever known in my life. And so we finally, somebody said, Mr. Carroll, the trash can is on fire. And he, without even turning around, he just goes, okay, somebody put it out. And that was it. Anyway, congratulations, guys. We've made it this far.
Gary Ingleside, class of 75. I'll never forget one year.
I guess some local girls' high school got out early, so the girls were walking along the sidewalk, and I swear to God, the building tipped over from guys hanging out the window. I wasn't there, but that's a memorable thing for an all-boys high school. I want to thank all my fellow classmates for expressing their love of the opposite sex.
Hi, Kevin Moylan, class of 75. Great to see some of my old friends, colleagues, students, classmates, all that sort of thing. And, oh, by the way, I had a little close connection in that my dad, who was principal here for 32 years, and I was his oldest, and so his first son to come to school here. So it was an experience for me. It was an experience for him having his son here, I think. We managed to get through that. I still got demerits like everybody else. I still had Saturday detentions like everybody else. But it was fun, and he pretty much, after a while, if I didn't see him, it wasn't a good day, bad day. If he didn't see me, it wasn't a good day, bad day. Best things that happened here was just building the friendships that not so much got out of here, but while we were here and had a lot of fun. Some of the trips, I remember the legendary Doug Shafaley history class trip to Williamsburg, where we sort of behaved for a couple days, just with Doug, but we all came back. Ocean City after senior year, just being here and rivalries and winning games and beating those other teams. And we did manage to get through, and it's been fun for me to have seen how the school has grown. I'll say this, and a lot of that tribute is directly to my dad, and I'm very proud of that and the legacy that he left here. And you walk through it, you see it every day. So I'm glad to be here tonight, still in the area, still supporting it as much as possible, and great to see everybody tonight, and we'll have a great time. Look forward to tomorrow, too.
Hello, everyone. My name is John Spargo, and my favorite event here at DeMatha that I experienced was on a particular class. The teacher was out, and I just simply got up off my chair and stood on the desk of the teacher and just boogied my way on through. I danced on the table for about 3 or 4 minutes, and the guys were going nuts. You guys were going crazy, and I was just having a good time. So that's my memory here at DeMatha.
Jim Villella, Buck Off Its Final. That's my memory.
Pete Strickland, class of 75. One of the memories I remember is my teammate here, Bill Ruback. He'll talk to you in a second. We were playing in the city title game, and all of our classmates were there rooting us on. It was sold out, Cole Fieldhouse. And usually when you play basketball, you don't notice the fans. But we were on a run. And I happened to look up, and I saw my classmates, Tom Nowicki and Mike Mudd, going like this. That's my memory. It's a pretty damn good memory, because we were on a pretty damn good run against a great team. And of course, we won the championship, we won the city. But I remember Tom and Mike forever. That was kind of neat.
So the many memories from DeMatha are wonderful and memorable. One of them that stands out is when I was a 5'2" freshman, and Brother Damien was standing over me, and he goes, "Son, you're going to be bald by the time you're 16. So for like the last 40 years, all I did was worry about being bald. So I've carried that with me. So I see Father Damien over here, and just to help everybody out, I'm going to go set the record straight and just say, well, I still got my own. But honestly, DeMatha was something that was special. It really gave me a springboard to my next journey into college and onto life. And I'll forever be thankful to DeMatha.
Good evening, DeMatha. Welcome back, DeMatha class of 1975. I remember a number of you as I was looking at the graduation composite and all. It's going to be nice to see you again. You were the first class that graduated from the National Shrine, and Cardinal Baum was your commencement speaker. I remember that very clearly. You were leaving DeMatha, and I was leaving DeMatha at the same time to start my studies for the priesthood. And I came back after that was finished in 1979, and have been around for a while. This is your 50th anniversary, and I'm still going through high school and trying to graduate. So welcome back. Hope you enjoyed the evening, and I'll be ready to listen to some of your stories and what you are doing in life. So congratulations again, and go Stags.